back. Welcome to the Dad and Company podcast, episode 54. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, that button. What'd you say?
I'm proud of you, buddy.
So I am here today with my two illustrious co-hosts, my wife.
Hi.
And my brother. Okay, nailed it. What a dick. So we are
farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
We are farmers.
Nailed it.
Anyway, so we're here. Anything super interesting happen in your guys' week outside of the fact that I went outside finally and got sunburned?
Yeah, you still look like a lobster.
Ay.
That's a
Oh,
good
I don't have an AC
that's
in
Larry.
my house. That's fun.
You don't have AC in your house. That sounds awesome. What a great time.
You know, if I were to say that, he would say first world problems.
Not with AC. No.
Uh-huh.
No.
God.
No, you've gone too far.
It got up to like 82 in the house today. It was brutal. And it was only 75 outside, but the house got up to 82.
That sounds fucking terrible.
It was just gross. I know the next thing we're going to install, by the way, on a vehicle.
Oh, AC?
No, we're going to install a fifth wheel on the bed of my truck.
Oh, well, I told you were going to get a fifth wheel. I'm so smart.
Yeah. I'm saying it's only 6 bolts. So.
Oh, famous last words of a Bartlett.
Yeah.
It's not very many volts for my lift kit.
So I called that as soon as you got that truck that we were going to be putting a fifth wheel in. So this week we are going to tackle another top 10 because that's what we do here on Dad and Company now. We're going to do
Who'd have ever thought?
top 10 board games. Pew, pew, pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
So I really should get a sounder on here.
I'm just going to go buy one of those like 1992 space guns that make that noise when you pull the trigger.
And then we could record it and then I could put it on my soundboard.
Cool.
Anyway, so we're going to do it as usual. We're going to go clockwise from me. In this case, it's going to go to my wife and then my brother. And then I will give
Do
the...
1 through 10, right?
Well, we're going to do my list last because it's the best and definitive list. And we're going to go 10 to 1 because we're not animals around here. I don't know if you guys have any honorable mentions.
No.
No? Okay, good. Because I don't have any either. Anyway, we can go ahead and get jumping into it. We'll start at number 10.
With me?
That is, you are my wife, yes.
Well, I don't know where Diante is sitting. My number 10.
I'm sitting outside.
Good for you. I'm so proud of you. Get that vitamin D.
Thanks.
My number 10,
Get that D.
even though I haven't played it since first grade, but I loved it, was Crossfire.
Crossfire!
Exactly.
You'll get caught up in the...
I don't know if that's
Bro, I forgot.
by definition a board game, but I've got a
I think
couple like
so.
that on my list that aren't board games probably, but it was so fun. And I remember like kids were like always fighting to be the ones to play that game. And it's so funny. You wouldn't be allowed to play that in school now because it's got little ball bearings. And
Well, yeah, and you do stuff like we did and pop the little ball bearings out and throw them or slingshot them at each other.
you didn't even have to pop the balls out because you shot
Balls.
them across the board to hit the thing to try to get your thing into the goal.
Yeah, but once you use up all the extra ones, you got to start pulling the balls out of the plastic.
Yeah, don't do that.
You'll get caught up in the... Crossfire is a great game.
Love that game.
Anyway, number 10.
All right, number 10, I have an honorable mention.
You can't do honorable mentions until after number 2.
Oh, okay. Well, my honorable mention is Connect 4. Just because it didn't make the list, and I don't know if a lot of people consider it a board game, so it's not on my list. My true number 10 is Backgammon.
I have something to admit. I don't know how to play backgammon.
I know what it looks like.
I am horrible at it, mainly because I don't fully comprehend or understand how to fully play the game. But Tom gave me it, so I put it as number 10.
Oh, old man Tom.
I was waiting for you to say
yep,
Old Man River.
There's my number 10. And what's your failure of a number 10?
Actually, my definitive number 10 is Tapple. Have you ever heard of Tapple?
No, I've heard of Topple.
No.
Topple is, I know what you're talking about. And no, this Tapple is this like circle and it's got the alphabet around it. And you draw a card and it's of a subject. And you start with A and you say something of that subject that starts with A. And then the next person, they say, it doesn't matter. Like they can say any word of that subject that starts with any letter that's not pushed down, and then they push that letter down, and then you go until somebody can't.
I've never heard of that game in my life.
Oh, really?
I saw it on TikTok, and it actually looked really fun.
It's super fun.
Is it a new game or was it like?
No, I don't think it's a new game, but it's really, really fun, and it's a family game. Pew, pew, pew.
Dropped in 2013, so semi-new.
That's okay. If you consider, like, is JC semi-new?
I'm saying 10 years. That's semi-new.
JC.
I mean, compared to, I guess, other games that were invented in, like, back in 1824.
Back when I was a child, Sonny.
Dragon's Annie. Back in aught 4. The old man Jenkins down the road will play this game with us all the time.
All right, number 9, Jen. We're done with this kid.
My number 9 is Scrabble.
Ooh, nice.
I like Scrabble.
I almost put Scrabble on here.
I think we still have the diamond.
The diamond edition. Yeah, we do. It's right up there in that closet right
the
there.
fancy little board that has like a lazy Susan on the bottom, so you can spin it. So
True.
I can look at it.
Yep, and you can pull out. It's a good board. Nice and plastique.
That game is the only reason why I know of the word anti-disestablishmentarianism. I used to play that game when I was little with Gigi. Fun game.
It is a fun game. I enjoy it. Number 9.
My next honorable mention on my list.
Do you have an honorable mention for every game on here?
I was actually going to, but now that you say that, I'm going to drop it. All right, so my number 9 is Trivial Pursuit.
I fucking hate Trivial
Amazing game. What?
Oh man,
I don't understand why.
Because I hate playing games with you.
We used to play that all the time. We had like 7 or 8 different styles of Trivial Pursuit. It was so fun.
I love Trivial Pursuit.
The only Trivial Pursuit game I've ever won was Lord of the Rings Trivial Pursuit.
Did you beat Chris at it?
Nope.
No, I've never played him against it, and I never will because I don't play trivia games with him.
Don't ever recommend it.
Because she would lose.
No, I'd probably beat him because it includes details from the books.
Nope.
Too.
Not my edition.
I believe in you, Jen.
My edition didn't. Mine was the movie edition.
Mine was both movie and it wasn't mine. It was Darcy's.
I've read the books, by the way.
And
just throwing that out there.
Doubt it.
You're right. You caught me. My number 9. Sorry.
I had Sorry as my number 9, and then I took it off because I like Scrabble more.
It's so fun. It's such a great game.
The newer version is better because it doesn't last.
That's true. That is true. I actually do love the newer version better than the older version. Also, remember that night we turned it into a drink? Jason and I turned it into a drinking game?
That was so funny because I was there the whole time, and I was like, hey, what you playing? You're like, sorry. And you're like, fuck, because you had to drink.
Oh, that's right.
And then I got you to say it again.
That was the night I smoked the cigar, too, and got super sick.
It was disgusting.
Shout out to Jason.
And Jack.
Jack's
just
kicked
sitting
my
there.
ass
He's like,
again last night.
No, not that Jack.
Oh.
We're drinking bourbon.
Well, I mean, because...
But Jack was there, gave you your first ever cigar, and was like, he's going to puke.
Jack and Daniel?
And then...
There was Jack.
And then you puked, and he just sat there the whole time puffing on his cigar, smiling around, and it was hilarious.
Yep, and I was okay with it, because I DGAF. Number 8.
My number 8 is Yahtzee.
Yahtzee!
Yahtzee!
Yahtzee's good. If you play it right. There are people that don't know how to play it.
What do you mean?
How do you play that game wrong?
Well, I mean, you I don't know. You just, I don't know.
Do you consider playing it wrong just because you don't like the way they play it?
No, like there are people that throw house rules into Yahtzee.
You throw house rules into everything.
Not Yahtzee. Yahtzee is a game that you cannot throw house rules into.
Okay. I
How
don't
does
think I've
one
ever
throw
played Yahtzee with
house
you.
rules into Yahtzee? Like, can you give an example? Because I honestly
Yeah.
have no idea.
So there are people that you can X out your Yahtzee instead of scoring something.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Instead of like taking
okay,
a
yeah.
zero and
Yeah,
something,
I
you just
actually
get rid of the
incorporate that
Yahtzee
into
part.
Yahtzee.
Yeah, that's not cool.
You can take a zero.
Yeah, in the Yahtzee. Which is crazy.
Saying, if you're down to like the last three, you can take a zero on Yahtzee.
Well, if you're like forced to, yes, but before that, to just elect to do it so you can try and have a better chance of getting your bonus up top. Tisk tisk.
Okay.
Animals.
Okay.
Number 8.
My number 8 is for my wife because she said it was a good game. I didn't play it that often as a kid, mainly because maybe I just never had it. But Candyland.
Candyman.
I don't know much about the game. My wife gave it to me, so I threw it on the list.
We used to play it with the kids. JC used to like it. I think Isabel and Alexia.
Yeah,
liked it too.
it's because it's
Shoots and ladders. It's better.
it's an easier game, you know what I mean? And it's colors.
My
right?
wife said the exact same thing, but I didn't put that on the list.
Shoots and ladders. I almost put snakes and ladders on my list. Like, for real, that game is good. But I didn't. My number 8 is Trivial Pursuit.
Nice.
I love Trivial Pursuit. It's so good.
I hate playing trivia games with you so much.
Why?
Because you know the stupidest trivia.
It's because I play Trivial
Like,
Pursuit.
what is the precise degrees in Celsius in which you can turn sand into gold? And you're going to have the fucking answer
Listen,
because you're an
listen.
alchemist.
Listen.
Listen.
Linda.
I used to read those cards. Instead of playing it, I would just read and then read the answer and read the question.
So you just memorized all the cards?
No, there were like a zillion cards. No, but I just thought that it was fun to just like read Trivial Pursuit cards.
Was it fun to you because your grandpa used to make you copy from the dictionary?
I don't know. No, was that? I don't know. You're getting way too deep into my psyche at that point. I think, oh no, we're in too deep. Get out of there before you get trapped.
Okay.
Anyway, what's your number 7?
My number 7.
Yes, that's what I asked.
What was yours? We just said it, but I just forgot what your number 8 was. Trivial Pursuit. That's right. Oop, nobody wants to talk about that. My number 7 is Life.
Life. What a weird game.
The Game of Life, one of my favorite games of all time.
Remember when they were like,
I didn't make my list.
remember when you were like, they were like, you're a doctor, you make $100,000 a year.
Good money back then. I just liked driving the little plastic car around with the little plastic people.
Meep, meep.
I'm down with that.
And then I was always like, why do I have fucking 6 kids in my car?
Well, look at you now.
Foretelling.
Look at me now. Look at me now.
My sister and I used to play it with this like rich kid girl, and like we would say grand instead of 1,000, and she had no clue what we were talking about because she had to speak properly.
We used to call it bands.
Bands.
Yeah, because, we were hood. Is that a fucking bird? What the fuck? Oh, you're outside.
Thank you. I'm glad you remembered, buddy.
You're welcome. What's your number 7?
My number 7 I used to play every day when I was in math class with a friend of mine. And
Guess
it was
who?
Checkers.
Checkers.
Checkers. Okay.
I used to play it every single day in 9th grade in math, and I had a great time every time.
I got good at checkers, and then I.
So what you're saying is you're going to be like one of those 95-year-old men in the park who just sit at a bench and wait for somebody to play checkers with him?
That's chess.
No, they do checkers, they do chess, they do dominoes.
But to go back to the Game of Life about the $100,000 as a doctor, when that game was made in 1860, $100,000 then versus now,
That's
$3.6 million.
well. I don't know what the prices were of the original.
Probably like
this.
10,000.
I don't know what the salaries were of the original Game
All
of
right,
Life.
I gotta jump. Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Ah, we're never gonna get to know the rest of his list.
Oh well, he can suck it. Fuck that guy.
No, thank you. That would be incest.
Okay, I'm glad you took it there. That's awesome.
You said it.
So my number 7 is Cranium.
As in, yeah, I remember playing that with you.
Yeah, it was.
Because everybody got mad at me because I wanted to play it. And then it was the humdinger, and I like didn't want to hum the song, and they were like, "You wanted to play this game," and then I haven't played it since.
Yeah, you can't ask to play a game and then not play the game.
I had to hum Knights in White Satin, and like I kept humming it, and
Super
nobody
easy.
understood what I was just going and nobody understood what it was. I was like, well, like you can't get any more obvious than that. But anyway,
Wow, the only problem was the Play-Doh. The Play-Doh would always like dry out.
I never had that problem.
Just me.
Probably because I put it in a Ziploc baggie before I put it back in the little container.
My next one's where it gets weird. What's your number 6?
My number 6 is probably not considered a board game, but I put it on here anyway. War.
War. War is a card game.
Yeah, but you play it on a table, which is a board.
Okay, I have to allow it because I have one on here that's a card game. I have one on here that's a card game.
I have another one that's a card game.
know
Then I
you-
have one that's not a card game or a board game, but it's a board game. It's in a box. You take it out of a box to play it.
Okay.
But yes, War is probably my favorite card game.
Used
Used to play that all the time.
Really?
Almost everything on my list I would play. They're like games I remember playing with my family, and that's why they're on my list.
I 100% would play everything on my list. My number 6, because I think that's where we're at, is Carcassonne.
What?
Carcassonne. Do you know what Catan is?
I've seen a picture on the front of the box.
It's
It's
like,
like a camel and people walking through the desert.
yes.
Looks like a religious game.
So you like have a bunch of squares and you build out roads and like cities and farmland and things like that, chapels.
It sounds too complex for my little mind.
It's super easy, but it's really, really fun.
I still don't know how to play Risk. That's not on my list because
Risk
I
is-
don't know how to play it. I own it. I've owned Risk like since I was a senior in high school. I bought it because I wanted to have it, and I've never played it.
Risk
ever.
is really, really fun, and it's
But I
really,
think
really
it would
easy.
take forever to play.
It 100% can take days to play if you play it correctly. It can. Not that it does.
Is there a speed version for that? Can we play like
There are-
Risk just on a city instead of the whole world?
No, there are like speed rules to Risk. It's 2023. Not very many people are sitting down and playing a 6-hour game of Risk.
No, thank you.
Anyway, what's your number 5?
My number 5. It's fun getting into trouble.
Trouble, huh?
Yeah.
I almost put Aggravation on my list, which was the original Trouble, I think. I don't know. Maybe
I don't
it's not.
know. There were so many different. I like all the different. How they. Like the Star Wars one that has R2D2 and the little
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
pop
yeah,
it
yeah.
And stuff like that. It was just always so fun to pop that damn bubble.
Pop that bubble.
And
Pop that bubble.
Then someone lands on you and sends you back home just like in Sorry.
Happy Leif Erikson Day.
But yeah, trouble. I remember there were times people would get so mad. It's so funny to have people get so mad over little, basically tiny cups that you're putting into little holes around the board.
Tiny cup.
And I know people would get mad at me because I wouldn't just tap it on the top of the circle. I would put it in the circle.
Oh my God.
Go around.
No, you're one of those people.
Because it's fun to put it in the hole.
Over and over
Yeah.
and over again. I guess I was more of just like an edging.
Exactly. Sounds about right. That's accurate.
6. Number 5 for me. I absolutely love this game.
Yawn.
Yawn.
You love this so much you had to yawn about it.
But I couldn't put it higher because of the games above
You know what
it.
I wanted to put on here?
What?
Oregon Trail. I was like, I can talk about how we had to play that on a massive board to support the computer.
No.
Died of dysentery.
Pictionary. I love Pictionary so much. It's so fun. It is so fun to play.
It's fun, I think, with the right people.
That's true.
You ever played it with a bunch of drunks?
Yes.
That's not the right people to play with. They're too stupid.
Disagree. That is just about the perfect setting for almost any of these games.
I would not want to play Crossfire with a bunch of drunks. They'd probably try to toss the balls up into the air and catch them in their mouth.
No.
Yes.
No. What are you talking about?
Okay. You don't think anybody who was drunk would be
Now
playing
you said
with those balls?
you said anybody. That's not, you're conflating the one for the masses.
Okay. I think Crossfire would be a bad idea. There's a lot of games. I would not want to play Scrabble with a drunk person.
Why, you'd win pretty easily. What do you mean Kextrafloskin isn't a word? I know what you talking about.
Let's see.
Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah, ugh.
It would take
That
forever.
might be the one time I'd win, though.
Sorry's good.
I think that a drunk person, especially with a lot of people that I've drank with, would cry over trouble when they got their little dude set back to start.
You just start drinking with the right people.
They're all people you drink with.
Not the people I drink with wouldn't do that. 10, 9, 8,
I
7,
think you
6,
would do that in
5.
the right situation.
What are we on? Number 4?
4.
Did you do number 4?
No, I have not said 4 yet.
Wait, did I do my number 5?
Yes.
What just happened then? What's your number 5?
My number 5 was Trouble. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is Pictionary.
Okay,
so
then
we
yeah,
are
you
on your number 4.
Yes. But I haven't said it yet.
Okay, we're gonna listen to that back after this.
I'm pretty sure you said, I don't know.
22 minutes. That's where I'm gonna start listening.
Number 4 for me is Kerplunk.
Oh, that game is a fucking pain in the ass.
Don't let those fall through.
To set up, like,
And if you fucked it up in the middle of setting it up, you basically just reset the game and you had to set it all up.
yeah,
again.
I didn't. Nope, I wouldn't play that game. Fuck that game.
That's funny. That's like, I have a guess about what your number 1 is.
It's wrong because it's my number 4.
Oh, okay. I hate your number 4.
I know you do.
Absolutely. That is okay. Your number 4 is Monopoly.
Yes, it is.
It is my absolute least fucking favorite game to play with you.
Why? It's so fun.
You ruins it, you stupid fat hobbit. I used to like playing Monopoly until I played with you. I have not played it again since I played it with you. You have everything memorized on that board. I want to count my fucking spaces to see where I land. You're like, oh, you got an 8. You're going to B&O railroad, blah, blah, blah,
Yep.
blah, blah.
Yep.
You're going to the railroad. And I'm like, fuck off. I wanted to count my spaces. And then like, I'd roll my next one and you'd just laugh because I was going to land on go to jail. It's like, dude, let me count my spaces. I don't care that you have the board memorized. Let me play.
Well, it's not just the board. I can tell you what you were paying, how much houses cost.
I don't want you to. Just go the fuck away.
That I love that game so much, and that's why.
I bought you that game for Christmas the year that, and gave it to you the day you proposed to me because you were like, you have to give me a present first. I didn't know what I was getting, but I gave you your damn board game. And that was the one that came with the trophy.
Oh,
And it had a spot where you could change the name, but I just wrote in your name in Sharpie so it wouldn't come off.
I remember that.
Ugh. Hate that game.
And I'm the ultimate winner.
Because no one wants to play with you.
You know what? That's fine. That means I'm number 1, MySpace.
Okay. MySpace doesn't exist anymore.
Excuse me.
You're excused. What's your number?
4?
Nope.
Are we doing this again?
I got to do 9. Well, I said your number 4 for you. My number 3 was one of Diante. Well, the only one he said. Diante's honorable mention. Connect 4.
Connect 4.
Because it's fun, and I love when you slide the little thing at the end and all the stuff, that noise it makes when they all hit the table.
Connect 4 is fun. I like it. It's like
I like the giant Connect 4 too that you play outside.
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
It's like a yawn. It's like a tic-tac-toe, but on fucking steroids and crack. Like,
Yes.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm tired.
What's your number 3?
Number 3. It's only been 25 minutes. Holy shit. Maybe Diante will call back.
I doubt it.
Number 3. Seen It.
I hate seeing it with you.
You hate the games that I'm good at. No, this is what this is. No, stop. This is what this is. You just don't like playing games that I'm gonna fucking win at.
Well, the only time that we played Seen It twice. We played it once at Diante's house, and it was Seen It Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
And because that's the one that Krista owns. But the other Seen It that you insisted that we play was this ESPN Seen It.
No, we owned the regular Seen It.
Yeah, and we owned the ESPN one, and that's the one we played the one time, and it was...
We played Seen It multiple times at the old house. Multiple times with the fucking board.
You're saying, like, the original place we lived together, yeah. That's where we played it when we lived with Earl.
No.
Yes.
No.
Because I got rid of it before we moved
No,
to the...
you are wrong about this.
Okay, we don't own Seen It now.
No, we do not, because when we moved to here, half the fucking pieces were missing, so we threw it away. That game is awesome because I don't know what it is, but if I'm watching a movie, I might not be able to recite it, but if I see a scene from it, I could tell you little things about it. Hey, there's 12 stairs in that scene. Hey, they said the word because 3 times in that scene.
It's kind of like another Trivial Pursuit in a way. And I think that's part of the reason why I don't like it.
Because I'm good at it and you're bad at it.
It makes me feel incredibly stupid. Even though most of the knowledge in there is pointless knowledge I don't need to know.
You know I play Scrabble with you, right?
We haven't played Scrabble in a very long time.
That game makes me feel incredibly stupid.
I will never forget. I've
here we
not
go.
played Words with Friends ever since that day because you were beating me all the time.
Yep.
And then I found out that you were using an app that would give you words based on your game. And I don't know if it watched your game or what it did, but it gave you the words for you. And the only reason why I found out is because you used the word be clowns. And I was like, what the fuck? And then you left your phone sitting on the table or something with that app open, showing that stuff on there. And I have not played Words with Friends or Scrabble with you.
Taking my ball and going home.
But you were cheating.
Nah.
You were cheating.
It should make you feel good that I was cheating because I had to cheat to stand a chance.
That does not make me feel good.
Okay.
Because you were beating me every single time because you were cheating.
But I wasn't always using words that were convincing that I didn't know them. That was the thing.
You were cheating. That's the thing.
Oh, I'm taking my ball. I'm leaving.
Wait, are we on number 2 yet? Yes, because you did your number 3.
And what was your number 3?
My 3 was Connect.
And what's your number 2?
My number 2, it's not a board game. It's Twister.
No, fuck that game, dude.
But you have to take it out of the box.
No.
You have to set it up.
No, okay, that's fine. We can call it a board game, but that game is fucking terrible.
Yeah, because you can't bend over and touch 2 different colors.
Even when I was in high school, that game was fucking stupid. When I was a kid, that game is fucking stupid.
Why?
That game is just fucking stupid.
Why do you hate that game so much?
It's the whole premise is fucking stupid.
Why?
Because the entire fucking premise of stand on this dot, touch that dot. Everybody touch yellow with your left hand. It's fucking stupid.
Okay. I saw this one panel comic the other day, and it's old people in a nursing home playing Twister. And the lady's got like one hand on green, one hand on red, and a foot on yellow, and the other one on blue. And then both of her boobs are touching another color. And it's like, it's supposed to be your hands on that color.
What the fuck? Oh my God.
We played that one time. We've played that only one single time, and that was when we went to the Museum of Play in Rochester, New York.
Oh, yeah. That's because it's a terrible fucking game.
You couldn't reach the colors.
Not now. But I used to could.
I used to could. I haven't played it in forever. I'd probably break myself playing enough.
It's a terrible fucking game.
No, it's not.
We're not wasting $9.98 or $9.97 or whatever the fucking price is. That's terrible fucking game.
I'll just go out and draw on the sidewalk with chalk.
Connect 4.
What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Cards Against Humanity. You talk about a game that is meant for drunk people. That game is meant for drunk people and really old people.
That's my number 1.
Oh, nice. That game is so fucking fun. So fun.
I still have video of Gigi. The first and only time that we got her to play that game.
Yes.
She was like 70. And she didn't want to say what the card said.
But not...
She's like, never the beginning or sex. And then she finally got to the... plowing some dudes in an alley. Like,
oh, dude,
that video is hilarious. It's on my desktop.
That night was so fun because we were all just cracking up. Dude, that game is amazing.
It is so fun.
It is a blast.
Man, and that led to some interesting fights with guests that we had over.
That's true.
It was... The guy's name was Wes.
I don't know what...
I cannot think of her name, but man,
holy shit,
he
dude.
was a bit racist, I think.
A bit?
Didn't really know him that well yet at this point.
True.
But we're like in our 20s, and this dude is in his 30s easily, and he's got his lady over at our house. They drove together from his house to our house. And he got so mad because the card that she chose was bigger, blacker dick because it was fucking funny. And what did he say?
Wasn't it like, oh, is that what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then they started fighting.
That was it. Yeah.
And I had to
drive
her back to his house so she could get in her car and leave.
That's right, because the other friends that we had over were like keeping him there while you drove her home.
Travis literally held him back.
That was
so that I could
crazy,
drive her
bro.
home. And they stayed together and everything.
My God, dude. Okay.
All because
to each their own. I
3 words on a card in a board game.
In a board game made for comedy, made for just like. But hey, I guess when you're racist, you just can't handle like comedy.
Oh my God, I'll never forget that. I think of that every single time.
That's crazy.
We play that game. And then that was also when I had the bigger, blacker box too. I still have it, but I think that was the day I got it. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, but I know that
because I had to rip open the top of the inside of the box to get the bigger, blacker dick out.
Yeah, yeah, but we have a lot. We have like what, 3 of those expansions, 4 of those.
I have the first 6 expansions.
Yeah,
but I think they're up to like 20. There's a 90s expansion for it that I want to get.
We should just get all of them.
I don't have that much money.
I don't have that much money on Friday.
They're expensive. Anyway, what's your number 1? I'm surprised Cards Against Humanity. I don't know what your number 1 would be then.
I think you could guess.
Give me a hint.
recently what my number one is.
Betrayal.
I love that game.
I hate
Betrayal.
that game, but
Only
it might have been because we played it wrong.
We played it very wrong. I think you would enjoy the game if we played it correctly. It's so fun. And yes, it's not meant for the heroes to win. It's hard for the heroes to win, but that's not what it's about.
But it shouldn't be that hard.
No, you're right. The way we played it, it definitely no.
It took all the fun out of it.
It did. And that was my fault. But that game is, the replayability of that game is incredible. Unless you're Jason, and almost every single time we play, he is the traitor.
That's gotta suck.
It's so funny. But in the one that I bought, the 3rd edition that I have, you can, like, if the person doesn't want to be the traitor, like, someone else can do it. The rules are a little more lenient.
Couldn't that just be a house rule in the other ones anyway?
Yeah.
Like, man, I've been traitor the past 3 rounds. Somebody else take this shit.
Dude,
Rock, paper, scissors.
It was crazy because the last time we played, I think Brandon uncovered, like, got the omen, or was it me? Oh, it was me. I rolled, started the haunt, and it said the player to your left is the traitor.
Was Jason?
He was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I hope he threw his shit down and walked out.
It's so fun.
I'm the traitor by not playing.
I love that game. I cannot stress enough how much that game is just amazingly awesome.
So there's a game that I almost put as my number 10.
Number 10.
That I wonder if you can even play.
10.
Jenga. Can you play Jenga, or do you shake too much?
Oh, I can play Jenga. I can lose Jenga.
Yeah, but are you any good at Jenga?
I could lose at some Jenga. No, I'm terrible at Jenga.
Yes, a game I might beat you at.
If there are 2 games that I absolutely will not play, Jenga and Operation. I can't play them.
I knew you couldn't play Operation. You utterly refused to play even when JC asked you.
Yeah, I can't do it. It's just
you're too shaky.
I physically cannot play the game. And it's just, it wouldn't be fun for anybody, you know what I mean? It would just,
because you would be a grumpy pants about it.
No, not anymore, but like it just.
So that's how I feel when we play Trivial Pursuit or Monopoly. I physically cannot play, and I do not.
That is not true. That is not true. Those are 2 different things. Mine is a physical limitation. I feel like literally.
You make me physically ill when we play Monopoly or Trivial Pursuit. Physically ill. I cannot play because I get a little bit of vomit in my mouth, and it disgusts me.
And not the good vomit, like the bile vomit that burns.
Yeah, that just burns there.
Oh, gross.
You gotta go hit yourself up with some water and Listerine.
Listerine.
It's a good song.
Listerine.
I wonder if you can hear that every time I put my glass down.
Yes.
Apologize if you can.
Yes, we can.
My bad. My bad, boo.
It's actually very loud.
Is it?
Yes.
Is that very loud?
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's so everybody can hear the sound effects.
Of you smashing on the table?
I wasn't smashing. I was tapping with my hands.
It doesn't sound like tapping when I go into post-production.
Did you know that people do tapping meditation? Where you don't tap on a desk. You tap your face. They will tap their forehead and then their temple and then their nose and their chin, and it's a meditation.
No. I think you're thinking of a sobriety test. A field sobriety test. You're getting those mixed up.
No, people do a tapping meditation.
Hey,
they
I
do
believe
that.
you. I believe
and
you.
I'm just like, when they do that, the bone song. Like the forehead's connected to the
forehead.
skull.
The forehead's connected. Yes.
Well, because
what is the forehead connected to?
I said to the skull.
The forehead's connected to the skull. I think you're.
But is it the jawbone's connected to the skull? I don't know how it goes. I just remember the shin bone's connected to the leg bone or something like that. I don't know how
Take
this
anatomy? Didn't you take like A and P when you were in college?
I did, but A and P is not the bone
skeletal
song.
structure. No,
I
that's
don't know
from the
how
fucking
song
Wiggles.
goes. It's not from the Wiggles. It's older than that. The hip bone's connected to the leg bone. The leg bone's connected to the knee bone. I don't know how it goes. But it's ridiculous because it's not factual, okay?
That's correct. I don't think your forehead bone's connected to your skull.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think that's how it goes.
It's not detached, but it is.
I think that that's part of your skull, right?
Yes.
Like all of
It's
this?
not detached. But I don't know. Do you say that in the song? Is it your head bone's connected to your neck bone or something like that?
Sure.
Okay.
Your ear bone?
There are bones in your ears.
Your hammer, anvil, and stirrup? Mm-hmm. Nailed it. I know that from Trivial Pursuit. What are the three smallest bones in your body?
Some people don't have those.
Mine are the hammer and the anvil and the hammer.
Get it?
But
Was that the wrong button you
it's
meant?
not the button I wanted to push. This is not the button you're
You need to
looking
put a
for.
sad face on that button so you know it's what you're pressing.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave a little bit of time, and then I might call Diante back later.
So you can get him to be like, hey,
Rapid
what
fire.
were your top 6?
Run down.
I don't think he got to say anything after the
Excuse me.
6th one. I don't know.
Number 6.
I wasn't knowing the numbers today.
Or the English, or the Bone Song.
I don't know the Bone Song. I'm going to look it up on YouTube later.
You should. Anyway, thanks for joining me. It was a blast making fun of me.
You're welcome. I always enjoy making fun of you.
Apparently the audience likes it too, so
Good. I like when
audience,
makes fun of you.
go
too.
fuck yourself. But if you're still listening, I appreciate the support. And if you're new to the channel, well, I said channel. Damn it. I'm in Twitch mode.
If you're new to the podcast,
If you're new to the podcast, thank you for sticking with me this far.
we'll be back with Diante.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. Yeah, probably not. Anyway, if you want and you are into gaming, check
Check 'em out.
Check me out on my other gaming podcast and Twitch stream, completely unrelated 740. I did order. I'm a co-host on that, by the way, with my friend Jamie Bartlett. Hence, completely unrelated.
Because they're not related, yo.
But thanks for mansplaining that.
Well, you didn't say that, like, you weren't related. You just said, hence the name that we're not related. You just said, hence completely unrelated. You said his last name.
I know. I figured that everyone's smart enough
Maybe
to make
some
that.
people can't connect the dots.
All right. Anyway, catch us on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we stream games. Sundays, we do like a little a weekly recap of what's going on in the world of video games. So if gaming is your thing, check us out. If it's not, that's cool too.
Still check them out and just follow and get over it.
Yeah, it would be much appreciated. But I had more magnets made. They're little business card sized magnets, and I had some made of Dad and Company, and I had some made of completely unrelated. So if
I have about a half dozen of them stuck to the front of my washer.
Yep. So if anybody wants one, James finally got his.
Woo!
Yep. If anybody wants one, HMU, and I'll get you one.
I was like, Hamu?
Hamu? Hamu? What is this word, Hamu, that the children say?
Is that anything like Mew? Is it a new physics term?
Oh, I thought you meant like a Pokemon.
No, MU.
MEW.
No, MU.
Mew.
Mew.
That's a Doppler effect.
Mew.
Doppler?
I hardly
Anyway.
know her.
That's what I was going to say. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, everybody.
Bye.
I really appreciate it. And remember to tell your friends and tell your family. And I don't give a shit if you tell your enemies as long as the word gets out there. Peace!